Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Karibuni tena kwa Mind Mastery Tutor. Leo tutafanya kitu inaitwa gauge. Tasijui vile ku pronounce kwa rahisi pronounce hizo KCSE, KCPE, sahihi sijui KJSEA, sijui pronounce but it is Kenya Junior School Education Assessment. This is just a sample paper from KNEC themselves. So in case yani watakujua grade 9 ya kitu vipi paper ya kitu hivi. So let's continue. January 2025. Ukiona hapa maswali rahisi 20 marks in section A, the other 30, but tutaifanya pamoja. So question 1 says Sarah recorded the following numbers in a field book: half, 5.5, -8, 0.6. Which of the numbers is an integer? So an integer is any number, is any whole number with no decimal, no fractions. That's what we refer it to as an integer. So it can be a negative or a positive whole number. So a half is a fraction, 5.5 is a mixed fraction, -8 is a whole number, 0.6 is a decimal. So -8 being a whole number with no decimal, ndo maana tusema hiyo ndo answer yetu. Now answer is D. So hizi zote ni kuna decimal ama iko na fraction. Tuendelee. Question 2. 3 buckets have capacities of 16 liters, 12 liters, and 20 liters, right? So the buckets were filled with water using a container. Was the capacity of the largest container? So eka hapa largest container that was used to fill each of the buckets in an exact number of times. So it means that EP highlights. So this one is obviously GCD, kwa sababu huwezi chukua container kubwa ukaanza kufill hizi container ndogo. So obviously it's GCD because it requires that capacity of the largest container to be filling those 16, 12, and 20. Now since it shows the largest container also exact number of times, automatically shakwambia kwa ni GCD. So it's filling. So obviously it's filling. It gives you a sense of the question being a GCD question. So 16, you find the factors for 16. Obviously 1, but let's start with 2. So 2 being your smallest factor. Then we have 4. And we have 8, and we have 16 itself. 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 6, and 12. 20 factors zake ni 2, tuko na 4, tuko na 5, tuko na 8, 10, tuko na 10 na 20 yenyewe. Sasa ukiona GCD ni greatest common divisor ama our highest common factor, HCF. So our highest common factor. So our common factors here are just 2 and 4. Ukiona 2, 2 ziko na kuna 4, 4. But our highest is 4. So tuweze kuna 4. So that's our highest. So our highest common factor is 4. So 4 liters. Swali rahisi. Question 3. Question 3 says a farmer harvested 2,468,712 pieces of pineapples. What's the number round off to the nearest hundreds, 100,000s? So ukiona 100,000, this is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, this is hundreds of thousands. Okay, so since this is hundreds of thousands, you ask yourself, do you round up to 5 or you just leave it the way it is? So you look at the number which is in front of 4, yani mbele ya 4 kuna namba gani? Kuna 6. 6 is greater than 5. So and if it is greater than 5, then it means you round off 4 to 5. So hiyo 4 itakuwa ni 5 say, na hizo numbers ambazo zafuatilia itakuwa zeros. So you round off 468,712 to 500,000. So and that's our answer. It's in racing. Hii pepa rahisi bana off. Question 4. The price of a liter of petrol at a petrol station was this 199.08. Okay, 199.08 shillings. David wrote the price David wrote the price to two significant figures. Which of the following is the price to two significant figures? So, andika vizuri hapa. So, ni 199.08 shillings. So, remember, round off to two significant figures, round off significant figures, wanza hapo mwanzo, kwanzi mwisho. So wanza 1, this first significant figure, second significant figure, mbele ya 9 kuna 9 and is greater than 5. Therefore, you add 1 to it, and if you add 1 to it, it becomes 0, and then you add 1 to that, so it becomes 200 shillings. It's 200 shillings for your information, and not 200.0. So this is your answer. Usiandike here as your answer. The reason being, if the question was like this. So let's take an example. If your question was like this and you've been told to round off to 3 significant figure, then your answer, not 3 but 4, then your answer will have been automatically be this, because ukiangalia 1 2 3 4 pele hapa ni 8, so ukiadd moja itakuwa obviously 200.0. So now please make sure if your number starts with 0.0, if your number starts with 0, you start counting your significant figure from where it is not 0. Pale ambapo si 0 utaanzia kuhesabu. So hapo utaanzia kuhesabu significant figure yako hapa. Ikiwa katikati ya numbers utahesabu, but ikiwa ni mwanzo huhesabu zile zeros. A good example ni hii ambayo tumfanya. Umeona 0 iko katikati ya numbers, tukahesabu 1 2. So ukiona hapa tujahesabu because ya tumeuliza 2 significant figure. So but ikiwa yani 4 significant figure tungehesabu. So if it is in between the numbers, you start counting it, the 0, or the 0 becomes significant at that point. So hapo. Question 5. So question 5 umeulizwa Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Peter worked out a question on indices and got the answer as p squared. Which of the following is equivalent to p squared? So ukiona hapo na choices. So which one is equivalent to p squared? If you look at choice A, ambayo inasema p power 4 times p squared, the first rule on indices is that if they have the same bases, different powers, add those powers. So 4 plus 2, it gives you p power 6. In this case, that's not p squared. So ni wrong. Choice A ni wrong. Look at choice B, p power 4 divided by p squared. If it is division, then you subtract the powers. As long as they have the same bases, so 4 minus 2 gives you power 2. So it means that is the answer, because automatically your choice B itakupa answer ambao ni p squared. C, if they have 2 powers, ambazo yani ikiwa na power 2, you usually multiply those 2 powers, so itakuwa 4 times 2. At the end of the day, itakuwa p power 8. So it's wrong also. Choice D, there's no rule where it has negative, even though the bases might be the same, but hakuna rule ambayo ya state yani ikiwa bases ziko same na subtract hizo you'll do anything to that. You just leave it the way it is, ama uta expand hiyo answer yako, but for now there's no rule. So your answer is just B. Question C. The equation of a line was given as 4x minus 3y minus 7 equal to 0. What is the gradient of the line? So this question on equation of a straight line. Equation of a straight line tumeambiwa lazima if you want to find out your gradient from that equation, your equation should be written in this form. This is the standard basic equation. So hiyo ndio tutatumia, but swali kiulizo uandike ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So this equation yenyewe ukiona is in this form. Na hii haiwezi kutusaidia kutafuta gradient mpaka tuiandike in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So iandike for ax plus by, not bx. Yeah, I'm confused. So let's write it in this form. How will it help us? Because m is your gradient and c is your constant among y intercept. X na y are just variables. So itatusaidia kutafuta gradient. So without further ado, let's start. So 4x minus 3y minus 7 equal to 0. Minus 3y peleka the other side, so itakuwa ni 3y positive 3y kwa sababu iko negative, ukipeleka the other side itakuwa ni positive. Hii hapa itabakia 4x minus 7. So let's just arrange it in this way. Hakuna sign itabadilika. So then divide by 3 so that the coefficient for y should ibakie iwe ni 1. Ndio ukianza utaanza na y equal to, uanze na 3y equal to. So divide by 3 all out. So and your equation should be y equal to 4 over 3 x minus 7 over 3. So your gradient is the coefficient for x in this form. So I'm a number ambayo iko nyuma x, which is 4 over 3. So that is your answer. So that's question 6. So ilikuwa question 7. Question 7 umeulizwa Joel requires at least 20 minutes to walk from home to school. Let x represent the time taken by Joy to walk from home to school. Which of the following inequalities represents the time taken by Joy? So hapo umeambiwa he requires at least 20 minutes. At least yamaanisha kuwa isishuke chini yake. At least yani the least number hapa ni 20 minutes, lakini yaweza ika exceed pia zile 20 minutes. So at least inequality yake usually ni hivi. Okay, let me just write it properly. Inequality yake usually ni hivi. So hii ni at least. At most inequality yake most of the time ni hivi. Yani at mostly iwe hiyo kiwango isipite kile kiwango. Greater than ni less than ni hivi. So swali lasema at least 20 minutes. If you let x represent the time taken, so your x should be either be greater or just equal to 20. So I think it's this. Question 8. Otieno and Carissa bought pens, exercise books, and pencils at the beginning of the term. The number of pens, exercise books, and pencils bought by each was represented by the matrix below, which is 6, 5, 13, 12, 3, and 4. What was the order of the matrix? So kuna hizo answers. So ukiangalia hii 6, 13, 3, 5, 12, na 4. So this is a matrix. Na order ya matrix usually ni row times column. So anza kuhesabu kuna rows ngapi na kuna column ngapi. So a row is your horizontal one. A row ni ile ambayo ni horizontal. So ukiona hapa, this is your first row and this is your second row. So in short hii iko na 2 rows. Ukiona hapa, this is your first column, second column, and this is your third column. So column ni hivi vertically. So anza na row, kuna row ngapi? Kuna 2 rows and there's 3 columns. Okay, sasa twende kwa question 9. Question 9 nasema Winnie placed a tube against the wall as shown. So we have the length of the tube, we don't know. We have the height of the wall and we also have the foot of the tube. Okay. the distance of the foot of the tube from the wall. So the question says the top of the tube was 2.7 meters from the bottom of the wall. The foot of the tube was 3.6 meters from the wall. Full stop. Which of the following calculations would give the length of the tube? Right. Now, very easy question. Sasa nadhani tulifunza kuhusu Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem tuliambiwa hii ikiwa ni right angle triangle, the length of two sides ukisquare itakuwa the hypotenuse squared. Yani, okay. So if I assume this one to be A, hii ni B, ni C, it means that A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. So ikiwa tafuta C, which is our hypotenuse, it means that we square root it, we square root this side to remove the square, and we remain with square root of the summation of two squares, which is A squared plus B squared. So ikiwa hii 2.7 ndo A yako, uta square, utachukua 3.6 squared, pia uta square root ndo upate length of the tube. So this is your answer. So ikiwa tafuta answer yako ni hii hapa. Sawa. Nadhani mpaka hapa tumeelewana. Haya, sasa kuna vitu pia lazima pia to avoid. A squared plus B squared square root is not the same as when you're saying A plus B squared then square root. These are not correct. It is not a correct equation. So obviously the same thing, ukichukua A squared plus B squared, it can be equal to A plus B squared. Hii ukifungua itakupa A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Na hii nyingine ni hivi. So they are not equal things. So on exam, avoid committing those types of mistake. Something like this, hii hapa, is not equal to the one which is above it. Nadhani mpaka hapa tumeelewana. Question 10. Question 10 says Anne made a semicircular tablecloth. The diameter of the tablecloth was 4.42 centimeters. She binded the edge of the tablecloth with a ribbon. Okay, with a ribbon. What was the length of the ribbon used? So edge of the tablecloth with a ribbon. So remember, this is your semicircular tablecloth. Okay, which is your diameter to be 42 centimeters. So what we need to find out ni hii circumference yake. The circumference of a semicircular thing is a half pi d. So a half times 22/7 times our diameter ambao ni 42 centimeter. So by 2 11 by 7 76, and your final answer yafaa ikupa 66 centimeters. Hii ni question 10. Ikiwa nimekosea, you can comment there below to rectify me. I'm honest to error. Okay, even teacher's mistake. Question 11. 11 yasema a milk company sells yogurt in cylindrical cups. Each cup has a diameter, so this is a cylindrical cup. Okay, and each cup has a diameter of 7 centimeters and a height of 10 centimeters. Right. So the company sold 385 liters of yogurt. So it sold 385 liters of yogurt. How many cups of yogurt were sold? Now let's convert 385 liters into cubic centimeters, kwa sababu hata tukianza kutafuta volume ya hii ya cylinder itakupa in terms of cubic centimeter. So first let's convert the liters into cubic centimeters by multiplying 1,000, and it should give you 385,000 cubic centimeters. Why is it that? 1 liter equal to 1,000 cubic centimeter. Since volume is involved, we need to find the volume of the cylinder, okay, which is given by pi r squared height. So since our diameter is 7, it means that radius is a half of 7, which is 3.5. If you can write, you can also write as 7/2, but let's just write 3.5 centimeters. So its radius is diameter over 2, so divide by 2. So let's take 22/7 times our r squared, 3.5 squared, which is 3.5 times 3.5 times our height, which is 10. So 7 goes into 3.5, 0.5 times 22. Okay, 22 times 5, 22 times 5 times 3, 35, something like that. We should need to calculate that. So ukiangalia hapa 22 times 5, 22 times 0.5, 22 times 5 yenyewe ni ya 110, sio? So hapa 110. So you just assume kuna 2 decimal places, tutaweka hizo kando. So 110, so 110 times 35 times 10. Hizo decimal nimetoa, lakini answer yangu pale lazima nihakikisha kwa hizo decimal places ziregee. So 110 times 35 times 10, right? So obviously 110 times 35, it should give you 385 and 0. So if I multiply by 10 again, it should give me 385, 38,500. But kwa vile kuna 2 decimal places, decimal yetu itamalizia hapa. So your answer hapo ni 385, 385 maembe sijui nini, 385 cubic centimeter. So if you want to find the number of cups, you usually take ile yote 385,000 cubic centimeter divided by 385, and it should give us, because 1 cup usually takes 385 and all of them are 385,000 cubic centimeter, at the end of the day your answer should give you 1,000 cups, so which is just this. So I hope hapo tumeelewana. Question 12. Question 12 yasema Nyaboke walked from her home to the market. She walked at a speed of 4 km per hour and took 30 minutes to reach the market. So kama kawaida tuchora ile kitu chetu. So she walked from her home to the market. Okay. So she walked at a speed of 4 km per hour. Right, and took 30 minutes to reach the market. So she took 30 minutes to reach the market. On her way back, she took 40 minutes to reach. So when she was going to the market, she took 30 minutes. When she was returning, she took 40 minutes to reach home. What was Nyaboke's speed on her way back? So first of all, we need to find the distance that she took from her home to the market, right? And distance is given by speed times time. So kichora ile kitu chako hiyo sijui TSTV. So for you to calculate distance, you need to take speed times time. So our speed when going to the market was around 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, if you multiply by the time, and the time here should be given in terms of hours, not in terms of minutes. So it means that the 30 minutes that you took to reach the market, you divide by 60 for it to be converted back to hours. So atachukua nusu saa. Okay, so in short, you'll take 4 times a half. Okay, you'll take 4 kilometer per hour times a half, and our total distance should give us 2 kilometers. Therefore, she as a person will take amecover distance ya 2 kilometer. So obviously distance ukianza home paka market na ukitoka kutoka market paka nyumbani is just the same distance. So the only thing hapa we need to find is the speed when she was returning, right? So the distance she took when she was returning was 2 kilometers. Sawa paka hapa. The time she took when she was returning as well was 40 minutes and not 30 minutes. 30 minutes alichukua wakati wa kwenda pale market ama sokoni. So 40 minutes divided by 60. Kwa nini? Tutakubadilisha in terms of hours, which should give you 2/3 hours. Sawa paka hapa. So and what we need to find out speed, and speed is given by what? Speed, see I show speed, but speed itself, speed is given by distance over time. So distance, which is 2 kilometers, divide by time, 2/3 hours, which is 2. Divide, ukibadilisha kwa multiplication itakuwa times, and the fraction becomes the reciprocal, which is 3/2. At the end of the day, your final answer should be 3 kilometers per hour. So let me just niweke hapa speed, I show speed 3 kilometers per hour. Nadhani mpaka hapo tumeelewana. So our speed is 3 kilometers per hour. I took a lot of space for that question. So question 13. Okay, question 13. Tuacha niandike question 13 hapa. So Mweni measured the temperature of a liquid as 48 degrees Celsius. Which of the following calculations gives the correct temperature in Kelvin? So 0 degrees Celsius, it represents 273 Kelvin. So ikiwa wataka kutafuta 48 degrees Celsius, we usually take 273 plus 48. So we take 48 plus 273 and it should give us the answer as kiangalia 273, niandike wapi? 273 plus 48, okay, which is 12 hapa, 321 Kelvin. But now swali hujauliza find the answer, umeambiwa which of the following calculations. So calculations zenyewe of getting that answer is not 321 Kelvin, that's the answer, but the calculation itself ni ukichukua 48 plus 273, also you can take 273 plus 48, they're the same. So the answer hapa ni A. Sawa paka hapo. Question 14. Question 14, swali rahisi. A shop allowed a 10% discount on all items sold. Ahmed, okay, bought a shirt at 720 shillings from the shop. Which calculation gives the marked price of the shirt? Hizi haya maswali yani sijui satungwa na wapi, tunaona maswali yake rahisi sana. So usually the 720 shillings that they say is the selling price, okay, because he bought it. So Ahmed bought it, but the shop sold it to him. So that's the selling price of the item from the shop. So usije ukaona bought hapo ukaona ni buying price. No, buying price and selling price is always determined by the shop, the shopkeeper or the person who has the commodity at the time. So he sold that to Ahmed at 720 shillings. So this selling price is at a discount. So this 90% is the 720. How did I get the 90%? Remember, your buying price or the market price is usually 100. If it incurs a discount of 10%, then it means that the selling price will be 100 minus 10%, which is equivalent to 90%. Kumbuka hiyo 90% o hiyo 720 shillings. Sasa ikiwa wataka kutafuta ile market price yenyewe, bei yake yenyewe, wajiuliza what about 100%? So utachukua ile 100 all over 90 multiply by 720 shillings. And sawa paka hapo. So 100 divide by 90, so ni 10 over 9. Okay, 10 over 9, 10 over 9. So 10 over 9 yaandikwa vipi? Should be around, ukienda wewe mwenyewe, let's just take 10 divide by 9. So 9 yaenda kwa 10 mara moja. Okay, so minus 9, so 1, and the process repeats itself. Tena hivyo hivyo hivyo. So 10 divided by 9 is simply 1.1. so times 720, 1.11, but it's just same. So 1.1 times 720 is 20 is the calculation that gives you the market price of the shirt, but the market price is 1.1 times 720 shillings, which should give you around how much? 792. Okay, but the calculation is this one. So umeambiwa utafute calculation and not the answer. So this is the calculation that helps you to give you the correct answer, so which is just this. So nadhani mpaka hapa tumeelewana. Tuende kwa question 15. Question 15 umeambiwa the base of a liter bean is in the shape of a regular polygon pentagon. Na pentagon iko na how many sides? It has 5 sides, so ni pentagon. Okay, so determine the size of angle marked y, which is just very easy. I don't know vitu vingi, but ni rahisi sana. So for a pentagon there's something called exterior angle, and that exterior angle will help us determine the size of the angle marked y. Okay, it will help us determine the exterior angle. Okay, and how it will help us, tutaiangalia. Exterior angle utapata vipi? Utachukua 360 divided by the number of sides. So sides hapa ni 5. Okay, so it means that how many sides are there? 5 ingia kwa 36, 7 times 6 times 7 times, and it remain with 10, so 72. So exterior angle is 72. So if you want to find the interior angle ambao ni hii, so let's so exterior yako hapa ni 72. So kama unataka kutafuta interior, wachukua tu 180 minus 72, because interior plus exterior ya kupangapi? 180 degrees. So 180 minus 72 degrees, it should give me around 108. 108, yeah. So kumbuka, very simple question, but it can be tricky if you ignore the basic parts of polygons. Question 16. Okay, question 16. Question 16. I think we need to find a, what do you call it, a protector for this case, in which we have it right now. Okay, swali la 16 nataka muone. A pole is erected on a flat ground. It forms an angle ABC with the ground shown. So hiyo ndo pole yetu, na swali nasema size of angle ABC. Okay, so acha tuweke hiyo pole fresh, hiyo protector fresh. So okay, I think hapa iko sawa. So if you look at it carefully, let's measure the angle from here and up. So hiyo time. So ukiona hapa, just a moment. So kwa digital tunasomwa mara zaidi, but ndio yetu. Ukiona hapa around 85 to some 84.8, on 85. So the answer hapa ni 85 degrees. So answer yetu hapa ni 85 degrees, and that's our answer. Okay, tuangalie question 17. Rehema plotted a point R on the Cartesian plane as shown. Right. Okay, so working space. So this is point R. So ukiangalia point R ndo hii hapa. Okay, so umeulizwa what are the coordinates of point R, na iko na choices pia. So for you to get the coordinates, lazima mwanzo ujue x hapa ni x axis yako na hii ni y axis yako, the whole axis ile ambayo ni vertical ndo y axis, na ile ambayo ni x axis ni ile ambayo ni horizontal ni x axis. So ukitaka kuandika point lazima utaanza na x coordinate then y coordinate. So ukiangalia hii point R ina align na x coordinate at 3 na ya y ya align y coordinate at 2. So your point utaanza na 3 which is x na y which is 2, 3, 2. So hapa so answer yako hapa ni is it 3,2? Sorry, ni -2. So negative sijaona hii negative, so -2. So ya align -2, so ni 3, -2. So hapa uwe makini mara zingine pia. So question 18, a surveyor wrote the length of a piece of land as 70 meters. She represented the length as 2.8 centimeter on a map. What was the scale used on the map? So ukiangalia scale huwa lazima zote katika scale ratio iwe zote ni centimeters. So ukiwa kwa mfano umeambiwa 1:25, it means that 1 centimeter represents 25 centimeter. So this is an example, this is not the answer, so don't mistake it to be an answer. So tuaja tutachukua hiyo piece of land which is 70 meters. So 70 meters ndio hii hapa. So usually when you're drawing the scale and you're writing the scale, you are drawing scale to the actual one. So ukiona the drawing one ni 70 meters is to the drawing one is 2.8 centimeters, okay, is to 70 meters. So lazima units ziwe sawa. So it means that meters must tubadilisha into centimeters. Na kubadilisha meters into centimeters ni 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. Therefore kama ni 70, you'll take 70 multiplied by 100 giving you 7,000 centimeters. So hapa you 7,000 centimeters. Sasa let's eliminate the decimal. So it means that lazima times na 10, times na 10 hapa. So itakuwa ni 280 is to 70,000 centimeters. So hapa centimeter, the centimeter cancels out, utabakiwa 2 na 280 is to 70,000. Let's cancel out the zeros. So 28 is to 7,000. Okay, it's to 7,000. Let's divide it by 7. So divide na 7 hapa, divide by 7. Sawa hapa ndo to simplify ratio, hapa itakuwa 4 is to 1,000. Remember this is 7,000. Let's divide it further. Let's say divide by 4. Divide by 4. It gives you 1 is to 1 is to divide by 4. Gives you around 20. 21 is to 1 is to 250. Yeah, 250. Yeah, kwa sababu 250 mara 4 ya kwa 1,000. So 1,000 if you divide it into 4 proportions, obviously it gives you 250 each. So if you want to use the long method, so take 1,000 divide by 4. 4 goes into 10 2 times, subtract 8. Okay, so 20. Drop the 0. 24 goes into 25 times. So subtract 20, this doesn't remain anything, drop the 0, so 0 divided by 4 is just 0. So that's your answer. So it should be 1 is to 250. So the answer here should be 1 is to 250. Let me highlight the answer for you. This is the answer. So tuendelee. Question 19, and we're close to finishing section A. A painter placed a 3.2 meter long ladder at an angle of 30 degrees with a vertical wall. What is the distance from the bottom of the ladder from to the foot of the wall? So I don't know, grade 9 na mapema watu wafunzwa trigonometry, but all in all, a painter placed a 3.2 centimeter long ladder at an angle. So he placed a 3.2 centimeter long ladder, which is this ladder, at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, so 3.2 centimeter long ladder at an angle of with a vertical wall. So the vertical wall is this one. This is the wall. Okay, and this is the ladder. Okay, so the wall, you don't know it. So what you know is that but the angle is 30 degrees. So what was the distance from the bottom of the ladder, okay, to the foot of the wall? So what was the distance here, which is x meters? So it shouldn't be centimeters, it should be meters. So 3.2 meters. So distance yako kutoka hapa paka hapa ni ngapi? Right, which is very easy. Sasa hapa kama ikiwa hujui sign nini itakukoroga, so but it's better for you to know sign na mapema. So how do you answer such questions, right? So how do you answer such question? So ukiangalia 30 hapa, you have two distances which are very crucial. So kuna kitu inaitwa so katoa. So ka natoa. Okay, so katoa. So hapa two distances umepewa, and that is your adjacent to that angle, adjacent hii na hii ni hypotenuse yako. Sawa, huna opposite na wala huja represent opposite to be, hujaulizi opposite in short. Sawa, so opposite haina haja. So you have adjacent, you have hypotenuse, therefore you use something called ka. Sawa, so ka. Sawa. So what are you searching for? You're searching for the adjacent. If you are searching for the adjacent, usually the formula is very easy. So if you're searching for the adjacent, you just take cos of that angle multiply by the hypotenuse. So since we're searching for the adjacent, you take cos of 30 degrees multiply to the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 3.2. So cos 30 kama kawaida, you can take your calculator because you are allowed. I don't think you're denied, but I think without calculator also you can know cos 30. Okay, if you know the special angles, then cos 30 is √3/2. Okay, so that's angle cos 30 times 3.2, and it should give you around 2.771. Okay, should give you around 2.771 meters. Okay, if you convert it to one decimal point, or if you round it to one decimal point, then it should give you around 2.8 meters. So 2.8 meters kama kawaida umepata ni hii hapa. Sawa mpaka hapa. So let's continue. So this is question 20. The number of fish sold by a fishmonger was represented in a bar as shown. So this is the number of these are the number of fish and also the days. So but we'll know it. On which two consecutive days did the fishmonger sell the highest number of fish? On which two consecutive days? Remember, two consecutive days. Underline this one so that you don't. On which two consecutive days? Consecutive days yamaanisha siku mbili ambazo zafatana. Sawa, siku mbili ambazo zafatana gani hizo ambazo waweza ukauza samaki nyingi? Tuko sawa paka hapa. So which two consecutive days can he sell the highest number of fish? It should align. So obviously if you look at Monday and Tuesday, can't. So just look at the bars. Okay, there are only two possibilities. Is either is Tuesday and Wednesday, or Thursday and Friday. So for you to get that answer, you just measure it. So let's say Friday is 25. So Friday he sells 25. Thursday he sells 5. Okay, and if you add those 25 and 5, those are two consecutive days, it gives you 30. As for Tuesday and Wednesday, okay, we can also take Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday being 20 Wednesday being around 12. Okay, it's 12. So if you take just 20 and add to 12, it should give you around 32. So the only answer that is applicable here is Tuesday and Wednesday. And you can't say Tuesday and Friday because those are not 2 consecutive days, because those days are apart from each other. So the only option hapa uliobaki now ni Tuesday and Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday haiwezekani. Hata ukiona hapa pia waweza confirm Monday ni 10. So nikichukua 10 plus 20 itanipa 30. So ukiona hata ile ya Thursday na Friday iko sawa tu na ile Monday na Tuesday. So the only option hapo mbaki nao ni Tuesday and Wednesday. Watu wengi watachukua Tuesday and Friday, in which ni wrong. Sawa, hata kuna options pia hujapewa because umeambiwa 2 consecutive days. So I think that's all. Wednesday and Thursday obviously can't be because 12 plus 5 gives you 17. So till there is but we'll continue in the next lesson. But before I just say goodbye. It's not goodbye, but obviously there's another session. So make sure you text me if you're grade 8, grade 9 student. Text me so that I can add you to a new WhatsApp group. So ikiwa uko grade 8, grade 9, please, very important, crucial, tutatengeneza group pamoja, tutasaidiana pamoja na tutafaulu pamoja. Grade 8 na grade 9 ni grade rahisi, si kama itwaje KCSE. So tukiwa pamoja, we'll pass together, pass pamoja. So without further ado, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.